Yo, what's good? What's good? It's Stormybman, and I am back. Welcoming you to Answering the Bell with Stormybman, our Sunday morning call-in show. For this Sunday, March 12th, 2023. Welcome everybody out there. I appreciate everybody that decided to stop by and check out the call-in show this morning. We're coming off the heels of an action-packed Saturday where we saw finally the match between Tim Tszyu and Tony Harrison. And boxing in 2023 is continuing the cycle of excitement and delivering action untold until you tune in, So this is where we are, and in just a couple of weeks, we got a pay-per-view of the year coming with David Benavidez and Caleb Plant. A lot of people are thinking about this one being a barn burner. The two men don't like each other. They've been circling one another for a few years, and now it has come time that they are going to meet in the ring. We could talk about it. We could talk about Alexander Usyk, who has agreed to Tyson Fury's 70-30 split offer for a unification match between the two of them for Undisputed. Fury is not somebody I like to discuss, but he is involved in the sport of boxing to a degree. And it is time that something get done with those belts, whether it's with he and Usyk or Usyk and someone else. And it's also time for Fury to be dealt with, period. But that's a whole nother thing. Good morning, people. Good morning to you. I see we got a few people in the chat here. I want to go up and see who's in the building. First, early in the morning, we got Bert saying, good morning, OG. Good morning to you. Shamar, Rashawn, Shalom in the building saying salute to the sensei. Right back at you. Ratchet, since 91, is out there saying, yo, what's good with you? Boxing and Barbecue. That's my brother right there. He's saying, morning, Stormy. Hey, Boxing and Barbecue. I got another dining dish coming this Thursday, bro. That's what's going to be the live stream this Thursday. And I've already put that reminder out there. Hey, it's going to be called How Do You Like Your Eggs? How about that? Yeah. I know my man Boxing and Barbecue. We get to talking about the food delights, And I ain't forgot. It's just that there's been so much boxing that I haven't had a chance to reach back. But I have a few in mind. And I'll take some requests, Boxing and Barbecue, so that we definitely do not leave out, what it comes down to when we talk about our food, man. Bert says, man, I saw all kinds of belly aching feelings all over the place. Oh, you're going to see far more than that, Bert. If you think that isn't even scratched the surface, wait till you start hearing about that next wave of Showtime boxing schedule gets released, who's fighting, what the matchups are, and, it's going to be crying all over the place, Tissue paper and everything. But remember, tissue paper can be for the tears and for the rears. Yeah. Man, don't get me started this morning. The Queen, Diana, is in the building. What's good with you, Diana? I appreciate your sentiments in the comments on the post-fight show. Also, what you added me on Twitter. I appreciate that. You know, I'm still trying to figure out how to work that Twitter thing, Diana. I can tweet out comments, and I think that's going to be my thing, where I just say something and leave it. But I see there's people out there with battles, Twitter battles. Man, there's Twitter battles, Instagram battles, or TikTok battles, all these battles out here. But why we can't get the battles we really want in the ring? Oops. Did Stormy say that? Yeah, he did. Bird says, it went how I thought it would. Wow. Deacon Dollars in the building saying salute, Sensei. Salute to you. Jellybean 4280 back with us. Salute to you. Bird is laughing. Yes, he says. Diana's laughing. Yeah. 704 Joe is in the building. And PGH Big Dog just fell into the building. What's good with you, PGH? Man, I'm going to tell you. Boxing and Barbecue says, eggs. That's a good topic. I'm an egg connoisseur of sorts. My ex would agree. Hashtag Hot Pocket. Hey, Boxing and Barbecue. I may open the phone line up on that night and you can come in and talk to me. You know what I mean? Because I'm sure you got some ideas when it comes down to that. Yeah. That's what's up. AJ64 in the building saying salute, Stormy B man. Salute right back at you, AJ. Yeah. PGH Big Dog says Tony Stamina should be his name. Shamar says, Sensei, cooking early Sunday morning. Nothing like it. Hey, man, why'd you think? Listen, Shamar, go all the way back up to the comments. Did you see those emojis I put up there? What did I put up there after the Pai Mei emojis? I put the glasses and a plate with a knife and fork, huh? Stormy know what he doing, man. This ain't no accident here, huh? It's with purpose. Yeah. Some people, they get in their feelings about sports, but they forget one principle about sports. It's all for entertainment. It might not be your entertainment. It might not be entertaining to you, but it's overall a distraction, huh? To keep you and your mind away from what they really doing to you in this society, huh? But since you don't listen to me, huh? It's still gonna happen to you. Yeah. And then you get all in your feelings when your teams and the fighters and players and everything that you support don't do what you think they should do and go the way that you feel they should go and all of that. And you get all in your feelings about that and you start arguing that Stormy B man. He don't know what the hell he talking about. What the hell? I got thumbs down. But the PTB got you, huh? They already planned for this. And I ain't an agent of that, huh? I'm just out here trying to produce content and talk about what I like and dislike about it, huh? I ain't getting rich off of this. It ain't. But keep on doing their will, huh? See, most of y'all blue pillars, huh? The blue pillars. You go back to sleep, huh? Get back in your pod with them hoses and tubes plugged all into you, feeding you all that sewage, huh? That's a metaphor, an analogy from the Matrix, of course. See, I could be Morpheus, but then y'all be sending the agents after me, huh? Because that's what y'all do. That's what y'all do. You think Stormy don't know that? Yeah, he lives right over there. The fifth house from the, sending them at me, huh? Sending them right at me. What's the matter with y'all? So, you just be a bunch of agents like in the Matrix, huh? A bunch of Smiths out there. And even if they got me, they already got you, huh? So it's like, why send them for me? Why fight me for them? Y'all ain't hearing me this morning. Look at everybody quiet. Done forgot how to type, huh? Done forgot how to type comments. I seen how this ends, y'all. I've seen how it ends. And it don't end pleasantly, I'll tell you that, huh? It don't. It don't end pleasantly. You might as well chew your cyanide tablets right now. That's what I say. But y'all don't listen to me, so you're going to get the full throttle, huh? Or as they said in that old nasty adult comedy years ago, the full Monty. That's what you get, huh? And when y'all say stuff like, oh, well, why is he starting off already talking about what nobody, do or whatever? Because it says I have over 40 something views and only 20 likes, huh? So I'm talking to y'all that don't like it as well, huh? Take your likes along with your thumbs and stick them where the sun don't shine, huh? How about that? Yeah. Never seen such foolishness. You come around here. What you sniffing around here like those raccoons, huh? You ever seen people who have pets and they feed their pets outside and the damn raccoons come at certain times and try to get in the pet's dish, huh? And steal the pet's food. There's a reason why raccoons got dark spots around their eyes. You know how bandits used to put the little dark thing around the mask on their face? That's a raccoon, huh? Stealing, thievery, huh? Yeah. Nature is funny, ain't it? And I don't know if y'all know this, they don't have paws, huh? They do not. They have hands. They can twist off caps, open doors, unlock locks, huh? Yeah. They can even flip you the bird. But they be too busy running off with what they done stole from you. See, I'm telling you, raccoons is something else. They'll open your trash can lid just like when you open it to throw the trash in there. They open it to say, what that food threw out here for me tonight. But y'all don't listen to me, though. You don't listen to me. You come around here waiting for me to say something about some of your favorite fighters and everything. Come around here looking for some content that you can despisingly oppose and all of that. But if I had numerous thousands of views on my breakdown video, then maybe most of y'all wouldn't have slept in shitty pajamas this morning, huh? If y'all had paid attention to the pre-fight video, if you had watched it instead of a couple of hundred people or less, I ain't afraid to say my numbers wasn't up. But if I had a couple of thousand, maybe those people that Bert said is in their feelings and everything, they wouldn't be in their feelings this morning, huh? Maybe. But then again, Maybe not. Because that's what y'all do, huh? That's what y'all do. And I ain't mad at you. Because everybody ain't gonna make it, huh? Everybody ain't gonna make it. You ain't. Some of y'all made for the bonfire. Yep. Some of y'all made for the bonfire. And you shouldn't get mad about that comment either. Because when you try to be so cold with it, huh? Cold. Because you made for the bonfire, that's when you're going to get warmed up, huh? On those flames. Just like coals, huh? In a furnace. Yeah. You ain't like that one, did you? I know. I know. You ain't like that one. You don't like it. But I ain't here to rescue or save nobody, huh? I got my own parachute pack. And I done already checked out the ripcord and everything. So I ain't bailing none of y'all out. I ain't. Y'all don't even know what that means. And I ain't gonna explain it either. I'm gonna be evil with mine. That's right. You know how Whitney Houston sang, "Saving all my love for you"? Well, I'm saving all of the info from you, huh? Yeah. That's right. Huh? We're closed. That's what my sign gonna read. Y'all come around these parts. Damn, Stormy done shut down shop. Wait, what's that earthquake? Oh, shit's falling from the sky. What the hell's going on? Fuck, Stormy is gone. Yeah. Yeah. Let me go back and see if I can watch some former shows to catch any hints. Dumb motherfucker. Too late, motherfucker. Too late. Yeah, we back. I keep telling y'all, man, as I sit here and I'm looking right at my screen and everything says excellent connection, excellent connection. And they go to messing with my stream, man. You can't make this shit up. You can't make it up, bro. You can't make it up. Listen, and it says over 65 views now, and it's only 31 current viewers. You, man, who you think you're fooling, bro? Unless all the other 30 viewers are YouTube personnel, huh? And they're out there. Let's get send that signal through there. Send that buffer. Yeah. Come and get me. But I'm taking y'all with me. Come on. What you got? Dude, it says I have a $2 super chat. But I never saw it. Okay, there it is. It's coming through late. You see how they do me? PGH Big Dog in the super chat says, salute Sensei. Cooking early. Somebody match me. That's crazy, man. Man. Boy, I tell you. But the more they do this, the more it makes me want to shine, huh? The more I want to do. Yeah, Diana. And I appreciate you, you know. That's why I come up with stuff, huh? I come up with my own sayings. Sometimes I use other sound bites and everything because it'd be appropriate, huh? Yeah! When will they learn, huh?
You understand me?
Yeah, and 78 sent me a super chat one day last week on the live. It didn't even come through at all. It was on my show that I did with Drew last week. It's like nothing. Just nothing. Didn't read in the chat or nothing. He's like, man, they charged me for it and everything. These people something else, man. Like, you people sending super chats and now they don't want to credit them for it?
What?
These people, man. And they think they just gonna keep messing with folks and ain't nothing gonna happen behind this. See what it is, they don't realize. Huh? They don't realize. But let them keep doing it, because all of these streams are evidence of stuff that they're doing. And you know what?
You see something? Now you see now. You done fucked up like that, don't you?
I see what I'm saying. I thought.
No, so, you know what I'm saying? That you done fucked up now. You know that, don't you?
Yep. We will be able to handle this appropriately. Huh? So, my message to YouTube for doing all of this to us is that's right, brother. Say it to him one more time. Cause it's like they not respecting us, man. But we're gonna have to get them. See, they don't realize who they got in bed with, y'all. They didn't realize it when they decided to get in bed with us, huh? They didn't realize that they were the ones that were going to get flipped over, huh? And
this is Sparta!
Hey, y'all, see I'm wearing my Stormybman polo again today. I got a new one, a black one, yeah. Bam! Get you some of this, man. Get you some of this. It's looking good, feels sexy, huh? You know, when the ladies come around, they want to put their hands on it and everything. But if they put their hands on it, that means they got to put their hands on stuff that's up underneath it too, yeah. Yeah! Uh-huh. But it's Sunday morning. We had a fight last night, huh? And we could talk about it a little bit. Some of y'all may not be finished crying from last night. Some of y'all may not have dried your tears yet. But listen, when it comes down to stuff like that, I have to be honest with you, man. I have to be honest with you. When, you know, it comes down to stuff like that, you ain't finished. You ain't finished, you know, drying your tears.
I don't fucking care.
Oh, in case you didn't hear me clearly.
I don't fucking care.
Oh, he's so harsh. That ain't harsh enough. Huh? That ain't harsh enough. It ain't. For some of you, they gonna stop messing with me, y'all. They gonna stop messing with me. And Dr. Mark, I hope you save this show for an example, because that's 2 times this morning that they've done it, right? 2 times. But I'm looking at my screen and it says excellent connection. I haven't changed none of my settings for my streaming or anything. Everything has been set like well over, it's been 2 years now because my laptop is now 2 years old. Damn, time goes fast. But my laptop is now 2 years old. Never had to reset the settings on it or anything. So I'm looking at my live screen page on YouTube and it says excellent connection. But why is it coming through buffering? Huh? Yeah, they bugging big time. This is what they do. Now you could be out there listening to somebody that's talking about trans this and all of that and racism and this and that, you know, and men should hate women and women should hate men and all of that, and run a 5-hour stream with no interruptions. And they'll put that damn stream at the top of the search engine so people can check you out. But this, no. No. I've seen it on BFTB's page. I've seen it on Drew's page. I've seen it on 78. I've seen it around. They do certain things. They come at you. They can only interrupt and interject. They can't take you out off the air if you haven't violated. What have I violated? In my description box, it says clearly, and I will read it to you from my description box. It says, warning, graphic and adult language. And I've marked and checked off that it's not for children. So I've covered my part, particularly under the YouTube laws. Huh? So why they coming around here sniffing around the Stormybman live streams? That's 3 days in a row that they've been doing this to me now. Friday night. No, 2 days in a row. Yesterday, post-fight 1, and then post-fight 2. And now this morning. So 3 times they've done it over the past 2 days. So I tell you what, let's give them something real to get mad at, huh? Let's give them something real to get mad at, y'all. Let's open up those doggone call-in lines, huh? Let's open them up. Call in and air your grievances, huh? Because this ain't for them. It's for you. Huh?
Fucking with me, you gonna get knocked the fuck out. I'm a knockout artist, baby.
Yeah. I don't know where that echo is coming from when I play back my let me try something. Play that one more time.
Fucking with me, you gonna get knocked the fuck out. I'm a knockout artist, baby.
Yeah, there's an echo in that. I can hear it. You guys may not hear it, but I hear it. Anyway, so we got the lines open. I almost been on an hour already. It's like, man, time flies, doesn't it? And for those who want to know what Stormy is drinking, I'm drinking carbonated water, sparkling water, lemon flavored sparkling water. Yeah. Did any of you get a chance to see the Tony Yoka and Carlos Takam fight from yesterday afternoon? If you guys got a chance to check that out, put a 1 in the chat. It was on ESPN earlier in the late afternoon. Turned out to be a pretty darn good fight. But not for Tony Yoka. Carlos Takam came in, a much smaller guy, 6 foot tall, but he got an 80-inch reach. He got some long monkey arms for a tall guy. And Yoka is like 6'7", man, with an 82-inch reach. But he fought like he was 5'11". And he let Takam have his way with him. If they were in a jail cell, you could have said that Takam made Yoka his you-know-what. Yeah, I said it. That's exactly what happened. Willie Lowe, what's good with you, bro? I see you out there. Thrill Hill, what's good? Dr. Mark, Detroit, BC. I know some people came into the building before I got a chance to start talking to you directly because they messed with the damn stream. Jay Grant Jr., Hamza S. ADA Sports Talk. Theseus GQ. Mr. Shelton is out there. Queen 71. What's good? What's good, Queen? Geo James Khalil, what's good with you? Yeah, YouTube over here messing with Stormybman channel now. Messing with me. They trying to stop it. They trying to stop the ascension. Huh? But when God is for you, it's more than the world against you. Huh? Rod Holman is out there. JC. The call-in line is open, y'all. Somebody call in. Kick it off. Yahweh, no smoke. What's good with you? Come on now. I know some of y'all done got up and maybe not brushed your teeth, but hopefully you got that crust out your eye, huh? See, this is what I was talking about, because it's like if I do the call-in show but nobody want to call in, what's with that? Over 100 and something views, but only 30 people watching, they say, and only 40 likes. Wow. Wow. A1 Hoop Zone, what's good with you? IGM Tim, I see you. Well, Thrill Hill, he had a lot of energy because there was nothing coming back, brother. There was nothing coming back. The taller, rangier guy never made him pay for real estate, never emptied his tank with body work, and never kept him at bay with the jab. So basically, Takam was able to do as he pleased. Never kept him at bay with the jab. That's the first thing, first and foremost. I laughed and marveled at the fact when the bell rang for the first round and they walked to the center of the ring at each other, the first thing that Yoka did was dip down low. I'm like, dude, you're freaking 6'7". What are you dipping down low for? Yoka was in trouble, man. I don't think he ever got over the fact that he got his butt whooped against Bakali in his last fight. Didn't fight for a year almost. And, but that's what happens. That's what happens when you don't, practice the craft. You don't And if you're getting beat up in the gym too, you ain't learning nothing, but you're in there sparring. These guys be in there sparring, taking punches and shots and stuff, and not getting paid for it either. And then they go into a fight and they get finished off. But salute to Virgil Hunter, huh? Out there training them like champs. Oh, the word champ and chump can be misconstrued with the misspelling of a letter. Oops, did I say that? Yes, I did. I'll give y'all something good to look at while I sit up here and talk. Since nobody want to call in, I'm going to take the call line down. But you see a champion training here, huh? Shadow boxing. Something that a lot of these fighters supposed to do. Yeah. Wait a minute, Diana, are you saying that you called but the call didn't go through? Okay, let me check that, Diana, because it was working before I went live. Okay, we got 214 in the building. Who's calling? What's on your mind?
Steve, 704 Joe, Dallas, Texas, home of welterweight champion of the world.
What's good with you, man? What's good? Diana, it's working now. I'm just trying to make sure that the call-in line was working. She said she called twice and left 2 messages, but it never rang on this end. So I had to refresh it, and it's working now. So you're actually the first person to get through, 704. I apologize for that, Diana. As soon as 704 finishes, then we'd like to have you call back. What's good with you, man?
Steve, good morning. Peace to God and earth. I just want to say, I want your opinion on the rehydration clause. How do you see that? Thank you.
The rehydration clauses. Hold on, let me turn my little music down here because I don't want it to be drowning out you while you're talking. Listen, man, I've heard people have opinions on that, and from the vantage point of what they would like to see, of course, and who they would like to see mix it up. But let's bring it back to something very basic in the sport, and that is there are weight classes for a reason, right? You just don't get in there, this guy against that dude. The only division where that really happens and there's such disparity is the heavyweight division, because you could have a 205-pound heavyweight and a guy that's 300 pounds.
Right.
I mean, but it's the heavyweight division, unlimited weight. So that happens there. It's not the same when you have weight classes. And there was a time when the weigh-ins were the same day.
Yes.
Fighters used to weigh in around noon or 1 o'clock, maybe as late as 3. But that night, they get in the ring and fight. Now, they were trying to say that brain injuries and stuff were increased and heightened when fighters did that same day weigh-ins. They cut the rounds from 15 to 12, and as far as championship rounds, and then it gave a guy proper time to rehydrate. Well, I'm going to say something about understanding hydration. When you cut weight, I'm not talking about cutting body fat. When you cut weight for a fight, you have to make the weight limit the day of the fight. When you are drying yourself out, that's when you do dangerous things to yourself. You can shut your kidneys down. Your blood doesn't circulate properly. You actually lose fluid from around the brain, which is where brain injury can come from. Guys, that's them doing it. It's not on my end. This is them doing this to me. This is not on my end. Unbelievable. $704, I apologize. They sent one of them signals through that cut the phone call off. But if you're still out there in the chat, what I was trying to say is that guys are still taking punishment in the gym. So it's not just on fight night. You know what I mean? And they're trying to do these things and say these things, but it's more to it than that. And then if you have guys that are just naturally bigger and they don't want to fight around the weight classes that they should fight against, those are the true weight bullies. Those are the true weight bullies. Okay, we got 631 in the building. Who's calling? Who's calling and what's on your mind?
Hey, Stormy, it's Diana. How you doing?
Hey, what's good with you, Diana? Good to hear from you, sister.
Yes, I finally got through. YouTube is on one today.
Oh, man,
God.
they've been messing with me since yesterday. It's been crazy.
Damn.
I'm sitting here.
It is crazy.
I'm sitting here in my studio, and it says, it says excellent connection and everything, but it goes out and it starts buffering. And everything is still connected and everything. It has nothing to do with me. It's external. We're not having internet problems in my area or whatever. Nothing. Because what I'm watching, one of the things that some people may not understand this, but when I do my shows, I have several devices on. I have 2 tablets sitting right next to me and my phone, which I have an earpiece in my ear so I can hear my playback. So I know when something is happening, and everything is connected like it's supposed to be, but they're sending some kind of signals through on my stream because they did this to us one time when we were doing the 3 Wise Men of Boxing. It was Kurt, myself, and Scrapbook. We were doing a great show. We hadn't even shown any footage of anything that we weren't supposed to do. They just cut us off. Just like that.
Unbelievable.
And we were like, what the hell happened? And you know, because we were still in the studio with each other, right? And we were like, what's going on? It's like no signal. So what I ended up having to do was I had to start a new stream right then and there. But it was never explained to us why they cut us off. We weren't swearing. We weren't showing any inappropriate images or anything. You know, that was me, Kurt, and Scrapbook. So they did that out of spite. Because that was when we were really cooking good. We had a great audience and people were really tuning in to us and stuff like that. And they did it to us one night. It was a Thursday evening. I'll never forget it. They just cut us off the air just like that.
Well, I got to be honest. I have never seen it do it this bad to anybody except you. And, you know, I'm not going to stay long. I'm cooking my Sunday dinner.
Okay.
And I'm watching you. But, you know, you speak life into this boxing thing, and that's why I love to watch your show. Now, I might not be on every live that you do. I might not type. Sometimes I'm watching and I'm not typing, but I promise you, I'm watching every video you make, just like I do with everyone I support.
Right.
And last night, you had said something that put a fire in me. I was like, when you said, you got to go in there and fight for something other than yourself.
Yes.
You know, boxing resembles life. And I had put up a post on my IG. I was saying, you know, it's like it's getting worse. I go to Twitter sometimes. I go to YouTube. I go, you know, to the social media sites and just check it out. I don't speak on everything. But what I'm saying is ridiculous.
Yep.
You know, you can't have your opinion. You can't, you know, you can't speak. It's, you know, you can't say, you know, how you feel because it's considered an insult. This is ridiculous. What's going on with us? What's going on with us?
It's really bad.
You can't even agree with something as simple as boxing. What makes you think you're going to make a change in the community? Well, I want to know that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's why I support you strongly. I support you strongly.
And I appreciate it. Yeah.
Amen. I like the way your affect is strong. You don't give a damn what anybody thinks or says. You're going to speak the truth. That's what we need.
Yeah.
When you had said, I'm going to say this real quick and I'm going to get off. When you had said, there was something else, Stormy. I got so much.
Take your time. Take your time. Take your time. Take your time.
When you had said, I forgot who had said something. I forgot who it was. And he was like, yeah, but he loves him so damn much that he didn't tell him the truth.
Yeah.
Listen,
we're talking about.
Come on, man. Come on.
Yep.
Come on. And when he didn't speak the truth, his corner,
Mm-hmm.
when he didn't speak the truth, guess what? It was finished. It was over.
There you go.
I mean, I don't understand what it's. I've never seen anything like this in boxing. We are, you know, old. You know, we're the old timers. We love the sport. You know, we love the sport, and it could be so much fun. You know, talk your ish.
Right.
Yeah, get lit with one another. But damn, can we let it go?
Right.
What
and
the hell?
And the thing about it is, you know, and I'm not a person like, oh, I told you so. I'm not that person.
Right.
Not at all. But when I say things, whether it ends up kind of going along the way that I said it or if it goes a different way, I can always still come back with sensibility of what I'm talking about.
Absolutely.
But
and that's why I love your channel. I love it.
But when I was talking about this fight in particular, a couple of weeks ago, I uploaded a video about the fight, right? Now, as I look on my page, that video that I uploaded a couple of weeks ago talking about Zoo and Harrison, that had 100. I'm looking at it right now on my page. That video, it says Zoo versus Harrison, a collision of contenders, Sunday, March 12th. That was 11 days ago. 173 views my video got. 173 views. We got 3, 4, maybe even more 100 people in the LDBC. So where they at watching my content? But they brother all the time, right? Or sensei. This is why I say that phoniness, step with that. Because I don't talk about other people. I talk about the sport. So where's the support? Now, the video that I did just this week for the fight, one day ago, basically it was Friday morning that video got released, Friday morning. Zoo versus Harrison, could I be wrong? That's the title of that video. 169 views on that video. And that video the fight ended up playing out exactly like what I said in the damn video.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did. Listen, like I said, I don't write all the time. I don't go to many people's lives. I just don't, because I'm grown. I'm old. I'm not into the dumb stuff. I just love the sport.
Right.
I don't type all the time, but I watch, So, yeah, that's why I love your content. We have to, come on, man. I mean, this is like, what is this turning into? This is ridiculous. If we're going to support each other, we got to support each other in love and the truth.
Yep.
Period. It's come on, the truth.
Now, and I've said this, if I had gone the other way and start so-called debating people and getting into firefights with people because of what I think, my opinion, and all of this stuff, the stuff that creates drama, they be coming around in droves.
Yes.
This is why I say everybody ain't gonna make it, because you have to shake the dust off of your shoes and keep it moving. Huh? Who the hell walks around dragging bags of garbage with them?
Facts.
Why?
Facts.
You have to cut the losses. And when you cut the losses, you can proceed ahead.
Facts. I don't like everybody's opinion. No human soul likes everybody's opinion, but I respect it.
Right.
What? I respect it. As long as we don't get disrespectful, we good. Speak your opinion. Everybody has a right to do that. Some of the opinions I think are smart, some I don't. But what am I walking around with an attitude for just because? Come on, man. And it's only boxing.
Yep.
It's not real life. It's just, come on now.
But see, that's where the disconnect is, Diana. Check this out. And I'll crystallize it for everyone listening even more. That's where the disconnect is, because boxing is a metaphor for life.
Yes.
And if you look at how I talk about it, and I say it all the time, that's basically what my Tuesday Tussle show is about every freaking week that I do it. When you put life in proper perspective, it's an ongoing battle. Daily. You fight for your breath every day that you are blessed to wake up and see a new day. Some people don't realize it until the avenues of where you inhale and exhale become restricted and you have difficulty. And then all of a sudden you need what? The emergency room, huh? But see, it's taken for granted when you do these things because you think that that's just the way it's supposed to be. But it's not.
Right.
There's someone that did not wake up today.
Come on.
You understand? and may have enjoyed the fights last night like we did, but they're not even here to talk about it this morning. And see, people don't understand because they don't equate that until it affects them directly. So when I talk about this, when I give what I give of this, is from a different perspective. I don't say these things because I think I'm better than someone. I have been fortunate enough to been enlightened to see from a different perspective. Who else do you hear talking about the corruption and the judges and the referees and the fact that they don't get these guys proper help when they get injured in the ring and all that? Who talks about that like I do? Nobody. And I'm very consistent with it because this is how I believe in these things. It's not what I feel. I believe in it. When I said what you reiterated about Harrison's corner, his brother being his head coach could not tell him the truth. He had an opportunity to tell him the truth after the second round because Harrison won the first round. But as things began to slip away, he never told his brother what he needed to hear.
And it could have saved him had he told him the truth.
Absolutely. And he could have told him, listen, I'm not going to send you back out there to get beat upside your damn head, huh?
Exactly.
If you're not going to do what we have trained to do, what you have learned to do throughout your career or whatever, I can stop it right now in the corner.
Right.
There's no reason for a person to go out there like, I know, salute to my brother Drew Titan. Last night he had a super chat, and he said that in his view, when he was looking at things, he was like, you know, Harrison's punch resistance is gone. I was like, no, I disagree with that, and I'll tell you why. He took some hella shots early. If his punch resistance wasn't there, he wouldn't have been able to do that. But if you take too damn many of them, then you're going to go bye-bye. You understand? So it's like, those are the kind of things that his brother was supposed to be telling him in the ring. Dude, you're getting, he can't hit you like that in the center of the ring. You fighting the entire fight with your back against the ropes or near the ropes or in the triangle. And you know I've talked about being in the damn triangle, and he freaking lived in the triangle last night. What was wrong with him sticking Zoo with a hard right hand and a left hook to the body, taking his arm, spinning him around, and making Zoo be in the damn corner and attack his ass?
And you know what I'm going to say?
A veteran fighter knows how to do those things.
None of them was prepared. He wasn't prepared to go fight, and they weren't prepared to tell the truth.
Right. And he talked. He talked.
Yeah.
And he freaking talked, and he freaking talked, and he freaking talked. I was always told, empty cans rattle the loudest.
Come on.
Empty cans. Go grocery shopping and bring your groceries back in the brown paper bags, not the plastic ones, the brown paper bags. And you have canned goods in there. And sometimes the bag tear because it get a little weight to it, and then the cans fall out. They hit the ground, they go flat, and they roll. But when you take those same cans after the week's worth of emptying them out, and you put them in the bag, and you take them outside, and your bag split, and they drop on the ground, they make all this noise. Ding-ling-ling, people looking out their window. What is that going on out there? They making all that noise, hitting the ground. Empty cans will rattle the loudest.
Absolutely. Amen. Yes, they do.
And I talk about this all the time.
Yes. Everything that, exactly. Sometimes it is a gift to be quiet. It is a gift. But then when it's time to speak the truth.
Yes.
This ain't a game.
Yes.
Listen, getting in that box, and I'm not going to keep you, because I do have to go.
Yes.
But getting in that ring is no joke. That's life and death. So is life. It's no joke, you know?
You could go out here playing and goofing around and step out in the street and get hit by a car, and that'd be the end of you. And they say, well, what happened? Well, he was goofing around a little bit, and he turned around, and the car hit him.
Come on with it.
It happens.
Yes.
It happens.
Yes.
And so when I say these things and I try to put it out there for people, it's like I said, it's never me trying to disassociate the understanding. I'm actually trying to give a deeper understanding of what is, and we can't make excuses for ourselves. I said something else very prominent on the show last night that I know people heard, but they ain't gonna talk about it. And that was us as men in our community, and I'm talking about us brothers now.
Yes.
We
Just the two.
enjoy looking good more than being good, because being good requires work. Being good requires someone being dedicated to edifying, developing, and cultivating. But looking good is just a facade.
Yeah, that's why. Yes, that's why when the old people speak, hello, I'm gonna put myself in there. When the old people speak, we're not speaking just to speak. We're speaking what we know. We're speaking, you know, and it happens to run into life. But damn, take that wisdom.
Yep.
It's, you know, take the wisdom and grow. You know, be great, be better. Don't stay and do the same thing. Because when you stay and do the same thing, you're going to get the same damn result.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right, Stormy, I enjoyed this.
So did I. Hey, I just got to ask you one thing before I let you go. Hey, what's on the menu for dinner tonight? I told you I'm a fat man. I like to know about the food, man. What you have?
I'm doing baked chicken, mashed potatoes, and some veggies.
Oh man, that's all right. That's all right. You know, I can smell it already.
Yeah, man, we're gonna get it tonight.
Yeah. All right. Well, I appreciate your call, sister. Thank you so much for your support.
All right. God bless.
God bless you as well. All right.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye. Great call from the sister Diana. Oh boy. Hey, 704, I know you had tried to call when Diana got in, but I took her call right then. But if you want to call back, you're more than welcome to do so, bro. Just Do Boxing. I see you out there. What's good with you? Mac of this Mac of the South. Woke is in the building. Jared 011 Green. CMB. What we got? Okay, we got 651 out there. Who's calling? What's on your mind?
You know who this is. This is Bill Mahar Nation Sports Podcast. What it do, Stormybman?
Hey, what's good with you, man? How you doing this morning?
I feel great today. I just came back from the basketball court, and I feel amazing, bro. So I feel really good today.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, man. I just want to get off my mind about what I saw in the fight last night, and I was very, very disappointed with Tony Harrison. Now, leading up to the fight, I actually take Tim Tszyu to win the fight because I just did not trust Tony Harrison's ability to, maintain his energy and try to keep up the pace, after round 5, between round 5 and 6. But when I was hearing your post-fight live stream the other night, you hit on some points that even I was thinking about too. The fact that Tony Harrison didn't use angles, he didn't use any of his technique to try to make the fight a bit more competitive. What really disappointed me was that he had a good jab to start, but then he didn't utilize upper body movements, didn't use angles, and anytime he would throw punches, it wasn't hurting Tszyu at all. And I said to myself, like, bro, all Zeus got to do is just pressure him. And Harrison was staring him right in front of him, and I was literally screaming at the computer screen like, bro, why are you standing in front of this dude? You could be using angles against this man. And I just was sitting there like disappointed. And I actually was thinking that Harrison had a chance. But then once he kept doing that, I just felt like, man, this fight's gonna be over. This fight's gonna be over with. And Zoo, all he did was pressure, hit him with right hand, left hooks to the body, and just slowly, methodically wear down Tony Harrison. And then when it came down to the 9th round, that's exactly what happened. And I just felt like, that Tony Harrison had a chance to win the fight, and he didn't use any of those techniques that I said, and it was pretty much a wrap with. And you hit it the nail on the head when you basically said that, that Harrison had a chance to win this fight, and Zoo was only a basic fighter, and he's going to get walloped by Charlo. And at the end of the day, bro, I said to myself in your chat that I said that Harrison should retire and just focus on training. I'm still on that same fence because his problems have not changed after he lost the title to Charlo the second time, and I just think it's going to get worse from here on in. So what you think?
Well, yeah, and if in my pre-fight video, I talked about him and the losses that he had. All of his losses were TKO losses, bro, if not KO losses. Yep. So Willie Nelson, the first guy that got him, how did that happen? And of course, Jarrett Hurd. And then, of course, Mel Charlo. It's by design. People are who they are. But my problem with Harrison was this. I did not think he was going to win this fight. But he could have fared a lot better, but he didn't utilize tools that were available to him. And on that principle alone is what Diana and I was just talking about. His brother didn't reiterate those things. And over there in a hostile environment, and when I say hostile environment, they're not your friends over there. That don't mean a hostile environment got to be people booing and throwing stuff at you. But I'm just saying that any sense of favor, you have to manifest it in your actions. You can't expect someone to gift you anything. And he was in a place where, and I'm going to use a basketball analogy for you. You ever see teams play down to the level of their opposition? And when that happens, you make a team that feels like they can run with you, be more in the game than they would have been if you had just went out there and knocked them on their chin early and put them away. Am I right?
I see that all the time. You're absolutely correct.
Okay, well, in this fight, Harrison won the first round, right?
Yep.
In the second round, he was supposed to go out there off of the great jab work he had opened up with, because he had already reddened up Zoo's face because he couldn't miss him. But he was supposed to add to that with more shots, different shots, combinations, start giving those angles and turning him, because a fighter who wants to get off a good shot that is equated as being I don't necessarily consider Zoo a puncher, but he's heavy-handed. In order to get those off effectively, if you give him angles and stuff, he's got to move his feet. He can't plant. He's got to be planted to get the good stuff off. And he didn't do that, Harrison. He didn't. Not at one point during the fight. And at one point during the fight, when did Harrison run off 5 or 6 or 7 shots on Zoo? When? He never did. So once Zoo realized that ain't nothing coming back at me but this little flip of a jab, it stings a little bit, but he ain't following it up with nothing. He ain't hitting me to the body, so I still got all my strength. I could take my time and break him down. So there was a lot that didn't happen from Harrison's standpoint, and there was a lot to work with from Zoo's standpoint. but I'm going to tell it to everybody out there listening. Jermell Charlo ain't no damn Tony Harrison. And Zoo will be damn near killed as long as Mel is coming in with his normal, righteous frame of mind when it comes to fighting. He's a fighter. He loves fighting. He relishes fighting. He likes hurting people. And in a sport like this, if you're going to be a reigning champion, that does have to be a quality that exists in you. You can't be a reigning champion and want to be friends with people. Remember Harrison talking about, I like Tim Zoo. I like Tim Zoo. We're going to go around Australia and he going to show me around. Tim Zoo showed your ass the canvas, son. Huh? And put you on the next thing smoking out of Australia. You see, you talked a little bit too much, Tony. And if I was his coach and trainer, if I were his brother, I would have told him, you could sell the fight, but all that extra, you're doing too much. Shut up. We got work to do here. We ain't on no damn holiday. But see, this is not the society that we live in now. The society that we live in, where everybody want to be patted on the ass, pampered and diapered, huh? And they don't want to receive constructive criticism because they've turned that into hate.
Yep.
When you tell me about my faults, you hate me. When you tell me that I stunk up the joint, you hate me. When you told me I wasn't no good and I need to get better, you just hate me. Tell me I'm wrong.
Not at all, bro. And that's what I pretty much say. Even during the corners when I was listening to him, like, bro, you're not telling Harrison what he got to do. You're not forcefully telling him, like, bro, you got to pick it up. You're not turning angles. You're not leading any combinations at all, bro. When I was watching the fight, I was like, bro, Harrison, throw some combinations, bro. That jab's not enough. You got just throw some angles, turn the man, and throw some heaters. And he wasn't doing that. That's what I said to myself. Sinzer's gonna knock him out, bro.
Listen, let me tell you something.
You know what I mean?
I spoke about this just even when I was talking with Diana in the previous call. He could have shot shots at Zoo with purpose for doing his next move. See, that's what boxing and ring IQ and ring generalship is all about. You throw a hard shot to the guy's body. The ref can be on the opposite side. You hit him on his hip or something, and you take your arm that you threw that punch with, you fall in like you're going to clinch, and you turn him. You turn him.
Right.
And you push him off of you, and he go back into the ropes, and you fire on his ass. But see, you have to do those things early as the veteran fighter because the young guy don't know what the hell is happening. These are teachable moments for him. You can't wait till late in the fight to do these things. You have to do them with purpose early on because Tim Zoo didn't know what Harrison had. He knew that he's a former world champion. You understand? So there's a lot of unknown there. We know about Tim Zoo. He ain't done nothing yet. But you have to take a guy's ignorance of the experience and turn it into a weapon against him. And again, like I said, you got these guys out here. They in the corner. They slapping the mitts. That don't mean a damn thing. I wish they would burn all the boxing mitts that are made for the sport because it don't mean shit. Get rid of them damn things. Because who in the hell is going to stand in the ring and let you run them same combinations off on them in a live fight? I've talked about shadow boxing is really important. When do you see these guys shadow boxing? When? When they warm up in the dressing room now, they hitting them funky ass mitts, aren't they? All the time. You could get a jump rope and warm up better in the damn dressing room than hitting those freaking stinky ass mitts. You got to simulate movement. You got to simulate punches anticipating coming at you and everything. You got to move your head. You got to throw the shots and move, turn, spin, pivot. Those are the kind of things that you need to be doing. I remember when I was watching the heavyweight championship when Evander Holyfield was the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, and he and Riddick Bowe were getting ready to fight. The camera kept showing throughout the undercard the guys getting ready in the dressing rooms. They were getting their hands taped and stuff like that. And then when it was like getting close to the co-main event or whatever, and they showed Bo in the dressing room shadow boxing, and Eddie Futch was in there with him and everything. Wasn't nobody holding the pad. He was in there shadow boxing. Evander was in the dressing room. He was bouncing around. He was shadow boxing. They had music playing in there. He was shadow boxing. He was getting himself in fight mode. These guys is slapping them damn mitts and stuff. That don't mean a damn thing, bro. It don't. James Toney used to laugh at guys coming in the gym, and he would call them, that's a bag beater right there. He likes to beat on the bag. Meaning like you don't spar to get sharp or whatever. He just bang the bag or whatever. Now, in contrast, you don't have to spar all the time because the sparring is not a fight. The sparring is supposed to give you, hone your technique, skills, making sure you're blocking your shots right and this and that. These guys be fighting wars in the gym now and ain't even getting paid for it. So it's like it's a bunch of foolishness, and it's happening that way because the current state of trainers and everything, they may have been in the gym with some of the old sages and everything, but they don't honor what the old sages do because they dismissive of it. You see it in schools today. The old teachers, they could help you learn things. They had a system, a way to get through to you sometimes. And that comes with time and experience of dealing with people. But these younger folks, the know-it-alls, they in there trying to be dismissive of it. Oh, I'm going to be friends with my students, and I'm going to be fucking them and sleeping with them and everything, and they're going to love me for it. You're ruining everybody, including your own damn self, with that stupid ass, way of looking at things. And you can see it. Society is crumbling because the things that are supposed to be in place to mean something have been dismissed. I just gave the example of constructive criticism is taken as hate now. If I cannot provide critique to shed light on what the imperfections, what the misnomers or whatever are, then how does one get better? There is no incentive to get better if you keep the wolves at the door and don't tell people the truth. It don't make sense, bro.
Mm-hmm.
But this is the society that we live in now.
Yep, that's the weak-minded society we're living in now. Especially, I'll give you an example right back in basketball too. I'm going to start learning how to coach now, and what I've been noticing with a lot of coaches today is that there's a lot of nepotism going on, especially when they bring in their own, younger kids to play in varsity levels when they have no experience, they have no ability to play at that highest level yet, and they have no basic fundamentals to lean off of. That's the one that really scratches my head and actually intentionally makes me get even madder. Like, bro, you're putting kids that are not ready at that level yet, and you expect them to learn how to play against juniors and seniors that are already established, more built, and willing to take the pounding. You know what I mean? It just drives me absolutely nuts. And another thing too is that when it comes to natural ability, they don't understand the basic fundamentals first that go along with the amazing skill. When you look at great players and what they're able to do, they don't understand the work. They don't understand what the fundamental is. Learning how to dribble with both hands, learning how to shoot the ball straight, using your hands, learning when to shoot, and learning how to use proper footwork to make shots. It drives me crazy that people will think, oh, they can just take outbound shots anytime they want to. Bro, that's not basketball. And when I see that in boxing a lot of times, a lot of these new boxers, they're not willing to listen, and they're not willing to address the weaknesses of their boxing game and try to improve on that. That's what I've seen in today's generation, and unfortunately, we're going to see a lot more of these same familiar stories, and a lot of them are going to start to plateau, and they're going to get exposed by other boxers who are willing to work twice as hard than the upper echelon boxers, and are willing to go through the lengths to be to where they're at. And that's what I see today. And that's it. And in the fight last night was an illustration of how boxing is now. And it's sad.
Yeah. Yeah, man. So, hey, I feel that way about fighters like Harrison, Tony Yoka in yesterday's earlier fight. They had opportunities but didn't do what was necessary because they weren't prepared to do what was necessary. In each instance, an adjustment could have been made for them to put themselves in a position to be successful, and neither guy did it. Neither guy put themselves in a position to be successful, and that's very disconcerting because when you can't go along in life at that same pace and just think that that's how life is going to be. You're going to have some setbacks. You're going to have to make some adjustments. You're going to have to recorrect yourself. You're going to have to do something a different way. And if you don't understand that, you're going to be at a loss, at a deficit. But you still, even at a deficit, have to figure out how to bring yourself out of that deficit, how to come up out of that hole. When when they file bankruptcy, the objective is not to remain broke and bankrupt. It's to clear the slate to see where you can get a fresh start somewhere. And you may have to start over or whatever, but that's what the whole point of it is. But I'm telling you, it's like there's not enough real teaching going on here, man. And just because you have a smart device in your possession, that does not make you capable. There are things to be learned. There are people to teach it to you. And you have to be open to receive the information. If you're not open to receive the information, they just may as well be talking to a wall with wet, fresh paint, because that's all you are. And when you dry up, you dried up. And that's that.
Yep, and that's how it is. All right, Stormybman, man, I appreciate you accepting my call, and I always love listening to your stories and always listen to you, with your advice and everything, because you are the mind that is $1 million, man. And I enjoy listening to you every single week. And keep up the great work, man.
Hey, man, I appreciate you, man. And thank you for your call. And don't be a stranger, We right here. So you can always call back, bro. I appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right.
Have a great day, sir.
You too. Peace. All right. My man Abil with a great call coming in there. That's what it's all about, man. That's what it's all about. We can get these conversations out there. People can get angry when things don't go their way. But you know what? Turn that anger into something else. Just get better. Get better. Get better. Okay, we got 443 in the building. Who's calling and what's on your mind?
What's going on, Stormy? Here's Boxer, Tyrone.
Hey, what's good with you, man? How you doing? You there?
Yeah, not much.
You kind of low. Can you speak a little louder or turn your volume up on your phone?
What about now? Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're much better now. Much better now.
Okay, good. Yeah, I was just watching the fight like most people were, and it was just kind of funny to me. I mean, not a lot of people, I think, for good reason, the Gaucher fight, people could definitely say, oh yeah, Zoo is trash and everything like that, and he was pretty poor in the Gaucher fight. He's still not like a next level guy. He's still very basic and limited. But there are a whole bunch of factors, kind of like Harrison not really. I mean, he wasn't the most hungriest guy before, but training Alicia and just he kind of come off that, and then his father passing away. So mentally, he's not kind of the same there. But even if he was at his best, I mean, he's fighting away from home. He has a really negative style. He doesn't punch as hard as his record says. Gaucher punches harder, hands down, for sure. And Gaucher doesn't even punch that hard. He has a good right hand, and that's it. Just very negative, just throwing the jabs, but nobody. They gave him 3, the judges over there, which that was pretty interesting, but you could tell after round 2 that Zoo was just going to get to him because he just had nothing to keep him off of. I mean, Harrison's always been like a good fighter, but he's never had anything that like wows you. He does everything solid, but he just doesn't have that oomph. Really.
Well, it's because his priorities are misdirected, man. He he looked good in his outfit coming into the ring. And that's what he wanted to do. He wanted to look good. I'm gonna look sharp, y'all. I'm gonna represent Detroit. But the outfit that he had was coming apart while they were fighting. The sequins on his red trunks was falling all over the ring floor, which is what made the floor slippery. And the silver that was underneath the red was starting to show through. Now, what does that have to do with anything? What I'm talking about is this. I said this while Diana was on the phone with me, and I said it while I talked on my post-fight show last night. These brothers out here, they just want to look good, but they don't want to be good. It's 2 different things.
Yeah.
It's 2 different things. And it's too much invested in looking good. They want to have the right dreads in their head. They want to have the dye and all of that stuff and the tats and all of that. Even some of them think that looking ripped and cut makes them be like more than what they are. But if you can't box, if you can't fight, and they are twin flames, boxing and fighting. If you can't do either one and you only look the part, you're going to end up with a result like Mr. Harrison found himself last night. The ripped abs and everything was on the damn canvas, wasn't it? So was the sequins in the damn trunks and everything was on the freaking canvas.
Yep. Yeah,
See, it requires a different mindset. You have to define who you're going to be and be that. But if that's how shallow your mindset goes, you will never achieve greatness in the sport of boxing. Because boxing's greatness is measured off of intangibles. You cannot be one-dimensional and be great in boxing. You cannot be shallow and be great in boxing. Because it's a sport where questions, challenges, stumbling blocks are measured each and every time you're in there. And questions about the individual are being asked consistently. And if you're not able to answer those questions, then what happens is it is revealed that you didn't have enough behind the curtain. That's a truism.
Yeah. And I'll say one thing. Although Fulton has toughness, I know I heard you say this before. I think you're on Inouye's side come May 7th. I got the same idea. Something similar is gonna happen. This is kind of like a lower level version of that. Something similar is gonna happen because you got Fulton going over there, away from home, to cash out. He has some skills, but he's got zero power. Fighting on ESPN, it's over.
Well, I had said this. As good a boxer as he is, if he goes over there to do what he's capable of doing and not try to step outside of that and show that he's a tough guy or to prove a point and this and that, then there's a possibility that he can be successful. But going over there thinking that this is a smaller dude and, I can, have my way, whatever, man. One thing I can tell about when people can punch, when they can punch, they can punch. And that's the kind of guy that if you're fighting anywhere around the weight class where he is, you do not want to let him hit you. You get hit in the match because that's what happens. There's an exchange of blows. But the idea is to not get hit too often and not too cleanly. Swim without getting wet, as our brother Nazim Richardson used to say. R.I.P. to him. Because he had great philosophy when it came to things like this. And I respect it. But that was one of his truest statements. Swim without being wet in there. But I don't know that he has that because I see a little bit of what you're talking about. That Harrison gene, that AB gene about arrogance and that thing about I'm better than someone or whatever, but you still got some things to show and prove. You know what I mean? Just because you beat one individual or a couple, that don't mean you have to have a body of work where you even took some issue, and you had to come around and turn it around and persevere through it. Because these guys that are riding these waves of success with undefeated records and all of that, yeah, that's damn good. But what about when you get knocked down? When your eye gets swollen shut and you got to fight the guy with one eye, or you cut real bad and they telling you we're going to give you one more round, or you done broke a hand. So now you got to improvise, because if it was your power hand, then you got to work the other hand overtime. If it was your jab hand, now you got to figure out how am I going to get through this with one hand. You see what I'm saying? Adversity, the things that are untold but can unfold during a time unexpected. I talk about this all the time.
And some of the team I know he trains Alicia, but she just don't get it, does she? I mean, she went to the WBC, was crying and complaining to make Fedora and Harrison for an interim. Harrison was going to get killed. And Fedora is not a crazy fighter, but let's be real. This whole entire Division 54, 99% of them can't take a down punch. None of them. Rosario couldn't before he retired. J-Rock couldn't. Lubin couldn't. Gachet barely. Harrison definitely can't. And they're going to get in there. They wanted to make... They made the Lubin fight. They made the Lubin fight for no reason. He was already number one in the WBC. He took that fight for probably $250,000, and look what happened to him. For nothing. And he fought a bad fight. He didn't even fight the fight that he wanted to. It made no sense. And then Alicia wanted to make that fight. So really, they go with Zoo instead because that's a better option. but still, the odds were stacked against the younger, going overseas. I definitely get fighting the best, but it's gotta be something, man. Especially if a guy got no power, he's older, he's trying to angle for a third fight. I mean, look what happened. It's over now. I mean, where does he go from here?
Yep. I mean that you
when he got knocked out, like, what did she expect? This is not. It's not like the women's boxing where they actually fight the best. You gotta be tactical.
True. Definitely, man. Definitely. So, I feel you on that. I feel you. But hey, you know, boxing for 2023 has been pretty darn good, even without the matchups that we profess that we really want to see. The fights that have been offered up have been highly entertaining. Man, I can't say it enough. I've been enjoying the sport. There's a lot of things that I think we could still get, fixed in the sport. I'm not trying to say the sport is perfect, because it's far from that. But I believe that, the sport has been overall, as a whole, it's been entertaining. The women have done their tremendous part here. And, some of these guys who have decided to get in the ring and face one another, going back to the, what's his name? The young Ali looking dude. And,
yeah, that's another guy. Oh, God.
We've had some good matches. So I would just like to see the sport continue to prosper, and if we get the fights that we would really like to see mixed in along the way, that would just make it awesome. The sport could ascend to new heights easily, easily.
Well, the activity, a lot of these guys, I mean, they take fights that either they know they could definitely win or can't win at all, and then the next time they do fight, it'll be a year out or a year and a half out.
Yeah.
There's a mix of issues for that, but if it gets to that point, I mean, jobs are hiring.
Yep. 1,000, man. I'm going to take some time out this afternoon and watch the Diego Pacheco card, because I didn't watch DAZN yesterday after choosing to watch what I saw on ESPN Plus. And I'm glad that I watched the ESPN Plus fights, because I got to see a heavyweight fight between Takam and Yoka, which was, a veteran in Takam taking Yoka to school, man. And Virgil Hunter, again, out there in the corner of Yoka. I don't know what the hell you're teaching the guy, but he's on the path toward getting killed if he remains in the heavyweight division fighting like he's fighting, because there are some killers out there. And, Yoka ain't one of them. He's food.
Yeah, he might hang it up. Because I watched his last fight live, and I mean, you saw the scorecard.
Yeah.
This time. They did that last time with Bacoli, but this was going on with Bacoli. So Bacoli put it on him in the first round, and he dropped him and hurt him.
Yep.
And Yoko was just gun shy from that. So what Virgil Hunter told him to do was to run out after round 5, to run out in the first 20 seconds of the fight, take the center of the ring, and pity pat, for about that time. And Bacoli, instead of just getting rid of him, kept playing around and making funny faces and doing it. And then when the scorecards get read, he was like, they tried to rob me. You had... Duh.
Yeah, man. I don't like when those guys, say stuff like that. And it's like it's all contingent on the lack of effort on their behalf, It's like, dude, what the hell are you doing?
He's going to play around and think people are going to be fair. I mean, what, a majority decision and now a split decision? I mean, he out of both those fights, he probably really only won maybe 3 rounds, so 4 at best in 20 rounds. But he's fighting. That's what they're gonna do. I think he should. I think he's gonna retire, to be honest. I mean, did you see when he put his hands up and he was like trying to like bow to each corner, right? And they said, "Boo, boo." It's done. I mean, nobody's gonna pay their 4 or 5 euros to see him fight again in person.
Well, you know, again, for some of these dudes, man, it was a dash and grab. You know what I mean? Or grab and dash, rather, because they're big and everything. They can't excel at a sport that might be more fitting to them, like the NFL or the NBA. So this is what they do, you know. Some of them have moderate success. Some don't have any success. Listen, I saw a lot of heavyweights like Yoka during the 90s, huh? Philip Jackson, Derek Jefferson, you know, what was that guy? The one who got disqualified for holding Lennox Lewis so much. I can't. Henry Akinwande, all these guys. It's like this ain't nothing new. You understand? It's like these guys have been out there, and you have to define it for what it is. There's a reason that Tyson Fury doesn't want to fight top contenders, because he knows somebody gonna get that ass, huh? Seriously.
Well, his thing is, I'm just trying to see him win a fair fight. Like that's what I want. That's my challenge to him. No leaning, no headbutting, no holding, no laying on somebody, no hitting behind the head, no elbowing. But if a certain type of fighter were to do that, I think you know what I mean, color-wise, they'd be destroyed. But he does it, and they praise him.
Right. So it is what it is.
Yeah, I hope if it was a fair fight, Usyk wins the fight. If it's a fair fight, but they're gonna try everything possible. But like I said before, Usyk is a winner, and I do hope he gets past it. He's used to winning, just like Trevor Bryan was used to winning, right? 15 years straight.
Yeah. You know, that's what it is, man. Big time. But, yeah, any final thoughts there, Tyrone? Because I'm going to get ready to wrap it up.
Yeah, I mean, we had a good show today. I don't think there's much. You said you're going to watch back that Pacheco fight.
Well, I'm gonna end up watching the whole show. You know, all the fights that was before it and stuff. It's just, yeah, I'm not just going for him, because I do understand. Somebody came in chat last night. I think it was Rojai, who spilled the beans on what happened. I'm like, man, don't come in here like that. But I'm just gonna go back and watch, because I'm gonna watch some boxing this afternoon. But yeah, that's you know, I'll tune in and check out that card. Sometimes I just have to put the zone on the back burner, like they've done us as boxing public and fans. You know, it's like you know, supporters that they disrespect us and our money and everything else. So it's like, you know, you have to put them in their place as well. They were not that important to me yesterday, and I made certain to express that as far as I could, you know.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, but thanks for having me on, man. It was a good chat.
Yes, sir. It's good to hear from you, because I hadn't heard you in a minute, you know. So
yeah, I've been busy because I moved a couple months ago and started this other job and a whole bunch of things. I work nights now. I work on this 4-day, 3-day kind of split. So first week, I'll work 4 days on weekends, on nights, 12 hours. Actually, I got 14 hours, 4 days a week.
Yeah.
And the next week will be 3 days on weekends, 12 to 14 hours. So it's a weird shift.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, man. We will catch up again, and I appreciate you calling, and don't be a stranger. Make sure you know, when you get a chance, because I want to hear from you. It's great to hear from you today. So.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'll be watching the next one.
All right. Peace to you, man.
All right. Have a good one. Peace.
All right. All right. That was TS Boxing in the house. Man, it turned out to be a pretty darn good show today, with the exception of them sending those negative vibes through my stream, as they are known to do sometimes when you're just cooking. You know what I mean? But hey, it's like I said before, when that happens, don't run away, family. Don't run away. Stormy knows how to, bring everything back and whatnot. Because they're trying to do that. They're trying to hurt your numbers and affect you in that way, and people drop off or whatever. But that's by their design. But I'm a steady as rain, damn the torpedoes, full steam ahead type of guy, and I'm gonna run this platform like that. It says we're tracking toward almost 300 views here on today's show, but I don't even have 100 likes. You see there? 300 views. Now you mean to tell me over 200 plus views is people who hating on me? Really? Really? I'll let you meditate on that. But this has been Answering the Bell with Stormybman, number 72, our Sunday morning call in. Peace to everyone out there. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. And we'll catch you guys on the next one.